All right, what's going on, y'all? Hey, I put these videos out because I really want to help people, and I'm seeking to get the help that I need along with you. I've not arrived yet. This has been a difficult past couple weeks, couple months for me. But if I'm going to be able to share anything of substance on here, I got to be living it myself. And, you don't know me personally, and I don't get a whole lot of views on YouTube as it is, so I'm not doing this just so that I can have some sort of appearance and feel better about myself. I really want to help people, and like I said, it's difficult. I have not figured this out, and I don't believe that there will come a day when I don't have this side of eternity some temptation on this front. I believe God can do anything, that miracles are possible. I also believe that this struggle in my life has really helped me grow closer to Him. And so a big part of why I put these videos out is because I want other men to know that they're not alone. Something that's very difficult on this road is that you can feel isolated, and that the temptation is just so overwhelming to try and find relief and to feel like, yeah, there is no hope. It's hopeless. Might as well just give up. Nobody else is getting any freedom from this. And so I don't have all the answers, but I want to share with you things I've learned along the way. And as Christians, we believe that there is a hereafter, that there is heaven and hell, and that we're living for eternity. And so whether we struggle with this transgender issue or something else, we're living for eternity. And the goal is not to just have happiness right now, but ultimately we're seeking to do God's will and to enter into His rest forever, where there will be forever happiness, peace, and joy, contentment, forevermore. But there's also peace here on this side of eternity, but the reality is there's going to be suffering, and it's not easy, but it's worth it. I find a greater clarity, sobriety. I have a greater discernment of what's going on around me. I have a more solid sense of self. My personality is coming alive. The more freedom I get in God and in this issue, but it's not easy. I mean, even this past month, I've been tempted to think, wow, I might as well just give up. I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm still battling. But, God's shown me too much, and He's brought me too far for me to turn back. There's a great responsibility as we're given more light, as God gives us more revelation on these things. He holds us accountable for what we know. And for me to turn my back on God, it's not an option. I love Him too much, and He's been so good to me that, I know enough also about the bitterness of that transgender road. It's a dead-end road that leads to nothing but just discontentment. It's empty. It's vain. It's fleeting. And then one day we die, and we got to stand before God. And we can believe whatever we want on that, but the reality is we will stand before God. And I'd be out there on the front lines, the LGBT activist right now. I'm no better than they are. God really just got a hold of me and said, son, this is where you're going. And if you do that, that's where it's going to lead. And I've decided to follow Him. And there will be suffering. That's just the reality. If we're going to really go very far on this road with God, we're going to have to really come to terms with, I'm going to suffer. But that suffering's not in vain. It's producing within me character. It's helping me grow closer to God. It's helping me have more empathy for others that suffer and maybe something else. My experience has been that it's kind of like having chronic pain. I've never struggled with chronic pain. Folks I work with in counseling, they have maybe severe back injuries, and that chronic pain can kind of wear on you over time. It can make you very irritable, and just it's difficult. But I wouldn't be as close to God today, I don't believe, if I didn't struggle with this issue. And so I just want to put out a quick video to let y'all know that I'm still standing for truth. I haven't arrived, but I am walking in victory, and I think that maybe is helpful to some of y'all out there. It would be for me to hear from some of y'all that are also walking this road, because sometimes it feels lonely for me. But ministries like Exodus International is one that I know of that the leadership faltered, and the leadership compromised, and and it did a lot of harm to be in a public position and to yield to the lies, and then let other people out there know, hey, yeah, we were just lying all the whole time. There's really no hope. There's nothing here to see. Sorry for causing all this trouble for you. And I don't know what God has for me. I really have a heart to share this truth with other people because, one, I know it leads to greater freedom and contentment here right now. There will be suffering, but I also know that it leads to peace in eternity. And I'm seeking to live for God because I know one day I'm going to be with Him, and I want to go where He's at. You know, but in the meantime, there's work for me to do here, and so I would love to hear from any out there that are fighting this good fight with me. Be praying with y'all. God bless you. Bye-bye.